There's a program that was sponsored by Torah called the Discovery Program. A lot of the program are things that most of us have seen and known. And it's a very impressive collection of articles, presentations, insights into the document that animates our people. It's called the Torah. What sets the Torah apart from all of the documents of the ancient world and the modern world isn't just that the Torah is a collection of a unified law system that encompasses all of life and all of world history. There are arguments. There are legitimate questions and legitimate arguments. I believe that there are legitimate responses to those arguments and to those questions. But I'm going to focus on two of the points. One that is implied, and one that is demonstrably there. Clearly, the presence of Torah codes, of the Torah being a grid that seems to anticipate all of creation, that seems to have been demonstrated satisfactorily, at least, to many scientific minds across the globe. Those who want to argue the arguments are only that there are similar patterns in other places, although they're not as sophisticated. In other words, when we look for John F. Kennedy and his assailant in the Torah, we find it. We find the assassin, we find the city of Dallas, and we find the name for the President Kennedy. We find many details about the assassination on the same page in equal letter increments. You can find equal letter increments in various documents, in the New York Times, in Moby Dick, but you can't find the complexity of the historical record. So that's why men like the author Drosnin, who writes about the Bible codes, essentially came to the conclusion that the Bible is a document of world history that encompasses all of past, present, and future, but it does not prove that God wrote the Torah. It only proves that there is a great divine wisdom that wrote the Torah, which anticipates all of world events. This is a conclusion which he made, but that's not the proper conclusion. The proper conclusion was made by the father of the Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu's father, Professor Netanyahu, professor of history, Jewish history, immediately recognized the implication. If there is a communication that anticipates world events accurately, then this has to be from God. What's the problem with that? The problem with that is that if you accept that there is a communication from God and that it's found in the Bible, in the Torah, well, then maybe you have to start going to minyan. Maybe you have to start putting on tefillin. Maybe you have to start fasting on Yom Kippur. Maybe all the things that you've rejected, you have to start doing. So I wish to assuage your issue with that. The first step in one's growth is to honestly examine the truth. Are there accurate predictions in the Torah? Does the Torah seem to anticipate all of human history? If this is a legitimate question, there has to be an answer. It's either yes or no. And if it does, then what this tells you is, as Drosnin says, that there's a divine wisdom, that there's a wisdom that accurately predicts all of existence. Obviously, the content of the Torah tells us that we have to follow the Torah. But for those of you, those of us who are skeptical, those of us who feel that morality really amounts to equal rights, problem is whose rights have to be equal, on whose back. The fight for economic equality on the backs of those who do the work is not really equality. It's a form of slavery of those who do the work. Unfair taxation punishes excellence and punishes success. Well, Trump shouldn't be a billionaire. Who says? He's employed tens of thousands of people. Who says who deserves what? I'm not God, and neither are you. We have a terrific system in our country which rewards risk takers, rewards those who are willing to work hard and persevere and try to make a success of themselves. It's neither pro-black or pro-white or pro-Asian. The fact that some people seem to be better at it than others doesn't make those people evil. I'd rather be employed by a billionaire than have a breadline and everybody being equal, which is what happened in the Soviet Union. But there's got to be another way. The best way of an economy is what works, not what doesn't work. But let's get back to the Torah. The Torah is a document that anticipates world history. Then embrace it. Be happy that there's a divine wisdom and a divine hand in the world. But I don't believe in the morality of the Torah. You have to believe in the morality of the Torah. Believe that there is a document that was given by God that anticipates all of human behavior and all of human history. Plain and simple. And if that document exists, and if indeed it does that, embrace it. If it's true, embrace it. If you don't like something, say why you don't like it. But if something is true, then you have to embrace it. And it's not going to hurt anybody. Nobody makes you or forces you to put on a shtreimel, wear a beard like mine, or grow payas. Or if you're a woman, to put on a sheitel. The first step in the process of seeking out the truth is seeing whether things are true or not whether the implication will make you uncomfortable. Truth is truth. Let's embrace it.